which is awesome. But it's like in our business, like in what I do, I meet so many people that are just like so selfish, so self-centered and narcissistic, and being around people like this who like all they want to do is give back and they want to kind of redeem themselves from what got them here is, I find it very beautiful.
I think like even just asking, you asking a kid, David, how are you? How's your day?
Yeah.
Like just starting there and pairing, right? Showing that you see this person as a human being.
Yeah.
And the conversations that I was having with all these guys is they keep being like, I don't mean this the wrong way, but like, why do you guys?
Why are you here?
Yeah, like why are
Like, why do you care about us?
here? Why do you care about us?
Isn't that sad? I don't think people care.
Yeah.
And so they see a night like tonight.
Well, with disasters like this, it's a huge moment to raise awareness, right? Because people are like, okay, I want to help. I want to feel collective action. I want to be in solidarity. And it's like, let's this moment radicalize you in a good way, right? Don't fall prey to like misinformation, to individualism. Let this,
It's like, to me, it's like the misinformation piece. It's like people like using this for like political hits and shit like that. When like you guys are showing up and like showing love
yeah.
and being here for these guys, and other people just want to use it.
But that is radical, like that.
I think
For a lot of people, that is, radical empathy. It's like radical sounds so intense, right? It's like an intense word, but it is truly seeing these people as human beings.
there's fundamentally no difference between any of the dudes I just met today and myself, with the most important exception. I come from a more affluent background.
Yep.
And therefore, when I'm fucked up, I had a support network to rely on.
Definitely.
I had my family that could set me straight. And I always recognize that the privilege that I have. And I try to explain to other people that, like, other people that are watching, that like these guys are, yeah, maybe some of them did some stuff that you would consider to be ridiculous or crazy or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Like, everyone has the capacity to rehabilitate.
Yeah.
Everyone has the capacity to become a better and more productive member of society.
These guys are doing, right? Like the thing I love the most about this is you go from like a pariah of the community.
Yeah.
Like, we want to separate you because you're too dangerous and get out of our community. And then now all of a sudden you're a first responder, you're a hero. People are baking you brownies and cookies.
Yeah.
Because you're going up in a mountain and fighting a fire so it doesn't show our.
I think it's but I think, yeah, you're right. The dignity aspect of it is huge. And I feel like that's another thing I want to do. If we can do this, because they were talking about like going back to camp. If we could potentially film the camp, that's so.
No, we go.
Because
as soon as they're back, let's go.
Okay, that's a great idea. I want to do that 100%, because I think from what I see, this is like one of the closest aspects to a more rehabilitative approach.
Yeah.
In like the American carceral structure,
100%.
Because like one of the things that everybody talked about, and across age groups from different camps, everyone was like, "There's no racialized, like there's no race stuff. Everyone is the same. Nobody rocks the boat," because you get all of these positive incentives of sentence reduction. But more importantly than that, the conditions in the camp are significantly better than prison.
Significantly.
And by the way, it doesn't mean it's actually like better than your living conditions at home. Yeah. They also don't have internet. They don't have internet access unless it's supervised. But I think that plays a major role in people feeling like human beings, and it helps with reintegration in general.
100%. David, Capo, get Jersey, bring him over here, please. You, both of you. This is an incredible story. Wait till I tell you this story. I think like I was on your live stream as you were driving, and I saw other people commenting about modern day slavery. And I'll say this, like, I'm running like a massive campaign right now with Governor Newsom and others, trying to get him to raise the pay, because I agree that the pay, it's been $1 an hour since 1984.
Yeah.
Right? That's unacceptable. So there was an actual legislative proposal this year to go from $1 an hour to $5, and it got killed. So this year I want to accomplish that, but like no one's forced to be here, right? This is voluntary, and it's now. 5 years ago there was no path to a career. You risked your life, you got paid nothing, you got out, and it's like, no, we won't hire you. Now there's a path to $100,000 a year job. And I tell these guys, like, who cares what you get paid? Volunteer to get out of a prison cell, save people's life, make amends, redeem yourself, for the shit you've done, even if you're volunteering and you get paid nothing. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you have a career where you can make $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 so your kids never have to go through what you went through and then go to a great private school and a great college, right? And so, like, I really love Bill. 5 years ago, maybe it was more like that. Today, not so much. Let me tell you, go.
It's just
I think it's gonna be more like you can go a bill route or you can go a budget route. The budget process starts now in January. The governor released his budget this week. And then they close the budget in June and it becomes a state budget. So between now and June is when he will either force his Department of Finance or not do it. And the governor was here tonight.
Right? I'll sing his praises if he does. That's right.
I'll tell you this, like, in terms of fire stuff, he's done incredible. No governor in the last 30, 40 years has doubled CAL FIRE's budget. $2 billion when he came in, $4 billion now. 7,000 firefighters there, 14,000 now. Like, he's doing it. I want to tell you a quick story. Where's Campos? Sit Campos. Hey, Campos, stop talking. Get over here. Okay, this is a great story. So this guy right here was my student in Somar Juvenile Hall when he was 14 years old, facing life in prison, but God,
14-year sentence.
14-year sentence. At 18 years old, as a kid, he gets sent to the most violent prison in California, Pelican Bay State Prison, up on the Oregon border. So he's now an 18-year-old at Pelican Bay, and he got out of there without ever getting into trouble, went down a level, and then came to a college program I was doing at this prison called Ironwood, and ended up graduating college, doing great, came home, interned for me at my film company for a little bit. The director, I don't know if you guys know who Justin Cretton is, but he did this movie called Just Mercy that I did with Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. Justin's like, I need an assistant during post-production. I'm like, interview David. David interviews. He becomes Destin's assistant for the post-production of Just Mercy. Destin then does a DC Comics movie. Marvel. Oh, shit. Okay. Marvel movie called Shang-Chi in Australia. Takes him while he's on parole to be his assistant in Australia on Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Gets better. This motherfucker right here is the lead man. So he's a headset dresser, Local 44, and Let's Make a Deal on The Price is Right, which I've watched my entire life. And he hires him in the union. So now we're talking about $150,000 a year, etc. So work for him on Let's Make a Deal on The Price is Right. This motherfucker crushes and works so hard on Let's Make a Deal on The Price is Right. This guy's now hired like 20 guys that have come out of prison, and is right.
Oh yeah.
So
guys in town.
Yeah.
You know, they want it. They're happy. They're better than getting somebody's kid that wants to get in. You know, they've been taught. You know, and it's one of those things, the drive, and you can't teach that in Intville. You know, the drive, their worth ethic, all that kind of stuff. You don't get that. But these guys have proven, and it's like whatever their past is their past. We don't give a crap, you know. I just want a happy, smiling face and somebody to hang out with at work and have a good time. And now, if 20 of them are, and if I could get more, you know, I have 150 of them because it's, you know, they're great workers. You know, we're
Yeah, extremely blessed, honestly. And we're at Price is Right, and let's make the video. We're all a fam.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like work. You know, I look forward to going there and being with my friends. And yeah, we work, but it's a great time. You know, we all get along really well. It's a great opportunity.
Because I'm in a car on Price is Right once.
I just go. They're always making somebody's life a little different.
To see him at 14 years old, locked in a cell facing life, and mentor him when he was 14 years old, to now see him making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the show, then to now see him here giving back and feeding guys that are currently incarcerated, like talk about force. Okay, sorry guys, sorry to interrupt you. No, and this is my man.
No, I think we're about to head out. Korea selling two position that us.
Okay. Alrighty. Larry. All right, bro. Thank you for your pre-shows. You have forum. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk to you guys.
How are the combos?
Fantastic, amazing. So I think, yeah, I would love to do more slow with you, open on specifically this issue, because this is something that I think is unfortunately an area where a lot of people just don't ever even encounter, like, don't even broach the subject matter with like any dignity whatsoever. Everybody just writes off prisoners. They don't ever talk about them. They don't ever think about them. They they want more. They don't want to reduce sentences. They want to make sure that people stay in prison for as long as possible without ever thinking about it. And I think showing the camp conditions specifically as juxtaposed with like what county jail looks like, what prison looks like, and how much that helps people feel human.
Yep.
And how successful that is in terms of like rehabilitating people and allowing that integration to happen is really huge.
Yep. This is a major aspect that you can. We'll really enjoy it. And yeah, we'll go there, we'll shoot it, it'll be great.
I think also right now, you know, as we said, a lot of people are very like, oh, thank you to the first responders, like finding out they're incarcerated. Great. Everybody's, you know, grateful. Once ceasefires are weird.
I don't want to go back to real life and knows them. I'm just scared. Yeah.
And it's about like what happens after, you know, it's not just like now, but also when they get out of prison and making videos.
That came on. Yep. Thank you guys for coming and shining a light. I appreciate it. Thank you. I even do like to get how and God for figuring out it was different at the house for workout. Oakland number.
Rad. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Big God. Good to meet you, bro. Oh my God.
He's cold. It's definitely cold as hell. All right, let's get out of here.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is a world, man.
All right, guys. I don't know what about that.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do this.
You want to do a little send off or?
Let's do it here. All right, everybody. This was a wonderful experience overall. Thank you so much, Caroline. Thank you, Scott Budnick, as always. Thank you, Marat, for showing up as well. You know, this was a wonderful experience. And I'll of course be live tomorrow. And I hope you learned something today.